This is episode 16 of the Brand Authority Podcast. Today, we're talking about the most important digital marketing skills that are in demand right now. Everything you need to know for 2018 is coming up.
This is the Brand Authority Podcast, the show for growth-driven leaders who want to win more customers, increase revenue, and gain the competitive edge. Broadcasting from sunny Los Angeles, here's your host, Rebekah Radice.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Brand Authority Podcast. Thank you once again for joining me here for another episode. I'll tell you, I cannot believe we are almost to the end of the year. So if you're listening to this right this second, we are headed into that heavy-duty holiday season that is, I love it. I love everything about the holidays. And I'm going to tell you a little geek secret of mine. So, I don't know how many years ago, it would have been 20 years ago when Hallmark Channel started all of their Christmas-themed movies. Well, my mom, my sisters, and I, we all got into watching these separately. You know, we didn't live together at that time, but it was just so much fun to be able to talk about them, to be able to chat and girl talk and just celebrate the holidays, which we absolutely love. And so I translated that affection over to my son, now my husband, and now when they come on, oh my gosh, I could just binge watch. So this time of the year holds a very special place in my heart. I hope it does for you as well. But it's also a little nerve-wracking as an entrepreneur, right? Because you're like, where did this year go? What am I doing? How am I going to enter the next year? And so we're going to talk about that here today. All of those top skills that you need to succeed as a digital marketer, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, everything that you need to succeed in the upcoming year. Now, chances are you've been focused on one or more of these in your business over the last several years, but there is increasing demand for all of the topics I'm going to talk about here today in 2018. And our first one is data analysis. And there's no room, right, for guessing anymore in marketing. And there's no excuse to be guessing at what is my customer looking for? What does my audience want out of me? What kind of content or what time should I post? All of those questions, the answers are available to us in our analytics. But unfortunately, being data-driven, understanding the data, really being able to assess and analyze that data, that's another whole conversation that is had a lot as marketers, but really understanding the complexities of it is not always something everybody understands. So I just want to take a quick moment to talk about why data analysis is going to be so incredibly important in 2018 to not only your business, but if you're an agency or clients, if you are a social media manager, why you have to be in those numbers every single day. Because as we all know, data doesn't lie. People do. People lie. And as marketers, we can lie to ourselves, right? We can look at those data-driven decisions and not realize that we're not actually making decisions that are grounded in the truth. That's why it's incredibly important that you, in 2018, you know how to track, to analyze that data, because effective marketing, it's built on a full understanding of your target audience, who they are, what they like, what they need, when they're online, when they actually want to consume your content. Because only with a very clear, in-depth picture of your customer does it then become possible to create content that solves their exact problem and guides them along the customer journey. The problem is your target audience, just like ours, because we're a fickle bunch, right? Their needs and their preferences are constantly changing. So the only way to keep up is to keep a very close eye on your analytics. So getting into Twitter, into Instagram, into your Google Analytics on at least a weekly basis is critical. Here you're going to be able to see what's working, how it performed, what's driving traffic, what's actually converting, and what's not, so that you can use that information to make educated marketing decisions. The next most important digital marketing skill is your content marketing strategy. And oh my gosh, this has so evolved over even just the last year. So in 2018, content marketing is still going to remain the foundation of your marketing strategy. It's going to remain at the base of everything that you do, but how you're using and how you're creating and how you're positioning that content marketing is very different. Now, let's start at the top. So highly relevant content. That's not really going to change as far as needing to create content that your audience is interested in, that they want to read, that they want to like, that they want to share. That's attention attracting, that it's driving traffic for your business, that it's bringing in new leads, bringing in new customers. None of that is going to change. What will change is how you create it and how you position that content, but also the context around your content. Whether it's a blog that you're writing or maybe an ebook, an infographic, visuals, so graphics for social media, a webinar, any other type of content, what you have got to stay focused on is number one, relevance. Number two, personalization. So how can you take that piece of content and stop shouting at the masses and instead speak to your audience? And I call it your audience of one. So rather than talking like this and throwing it out there to everybody, you're having this conversation right here like you would with your best friend. Feel the difference? And the other piece is knowing the network or how you're relating that information. So is it going on a landing page? Is it going through an email? Is it coming through one of your social channels? It's really understanding your audience, your audience's ability to parse through that content. So for example, we know that the majority of people are accessing content on mobile these days. So what does that mean? Long form content, long ebooks are a thing of the past. Those big old long ebooks, nobody wants to read those on mobile anymore. So think about how you can start to shrink down your content, put far more value into less amount of space, so less words, and feed it out to them in a format and in a space that they are going to welcome, that they are going to eagerly want to consume. Next up is video creation. As we've all seen over the last year, the popularity of video is growing at a massive rate. In fact, it's believed that this year in 2018, video marketing will account for 69% of all consumer traffic, and landing pages with video will generate, hang on everybody, you might want to sit down for this one, 800% more conversions than a landing page without video. So If that does not convince you that video creation is an important skill, then okay, I just don't know what will. And I know there's a lot of fear in putting yourself out there in creating videos, whether it's recorded video, whether it's live video. It's scary to talk in front of a camera, to talk about what you know in a very different setting, but it's so important and it's so accessible with all of the apps that we have available to us today. So your first place to start is with recorded video, and you can make this very simple on yourself. So if you're a content creator, you can just repurpose the content you've already created. So maybe a blog post, and you just take that and you take the top 3 key points within your blog post and you bullet point that out into a short script. Now, the idea is not to read your script, but just to familiarize and make yourself feel very comfortable with the content. So when you get on camera, it's easy for you to boom, 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 go through your points because you've already thought them through. The next piece is live streaming. As we've all seen, especially with Facebook and all of the algorithm changes, live streaming video is our greatest opportunity for organic reach at this point. And with the huge growth and popularity of live streams, it's important that you figure out how to incorporate this into your business. And if it's not your business, it's for your client's business, and really how to capitalize on the live streaming movement without adding to the noise. Now, it may seem like live streaming is as easy as just pushing that button to go live, but the truth is, we as viewers, we have higher expectations these days. We really expect quality even in this live setting. Now, I don't want that to scare those perfectionists of you off. I see you, I feel you, I get you. But what I do want you to think is, what is, or think about, what is the goal of your live stream? So be proactive in really understanding what the needs of your audience are, researching that, and then giving them the exact content that they're looking for in a little different format. So maybe you've created ebooks or infographics, or you've been writing blog posts. This is a different medium, a very different way for them to interact with you, but also get to know you. So let yourself shine in this video situation by being prepared, understanding how to be camera ready. So how to prepare yourself, how to script yourself only to the point where you feel comfortable with the content, and then how to show up on time, how to interact with your audience dependent on the platform, and then how to give a great performance in a short amount of time so that you're not just getting on and droning on and on and on. Now, the final one is something that's been around with us for a long, long time, but wow, has it evolved in its place in our business, and that is SEO. Now, we've all seen those posts that say SEO is dead, SEO is over. Well, that's absolutely not the truth. It's just changed. It's morphed like everything else. In fact, I would argue that it's more relevant than ever, and it seems a lot of people agree. 93% of online experiences begin with a search engine. So think about your own process. You are considering, I'll use myself as an example. So I've been wanting to branch out. I love coffee. And I decided I wanted to try out a bunch of new coffee experiences from around the globe. So I did my research, and there's a lot of coffee membership sites, I guess is what they would be considered. So I did my research, decided to sign up for one, and Driftaway Coffee is the one I opted in for. And as I started to go through all of my options, I found that I was using Google to do a little bit more digging about what each of these coffees were. So not only did I use a search engine to research What type of, coffee membership site or membership club should I check out? But also each of those specific coffees. And your audience is no different. That's why SEO is the key to getting your content to rank in the search engine results and help you attract those exact new customers. So consider this, 70% of the links users click on, people that are actually searching within a search engine, are organic. So for you, you can capitalize on that by mastering SEO. And that all begins with understanding your audience, knowing what their true intent is. So rather than old school SEO where we were doing what was called keyword stuffing, where we were just trying to force in a keyword into a situation. So example might be Facebook marketing. Well, we would use that, 20, 30 times in a blog post as if we'd actually have a conversation and use Facebook marketing 20 or 30 times. Now we actually want to answer that specific question that our audience has. So instead of Facebook marketing, maybe it is, how do I master Facebook marketing in 2018? Or how do I use Facebook marketing to get more clients? Or how do I use Facebook marketing to drive sales for my small business? And even drive sales it's a little too complicated because would your customers even actually use that word drive sales? Probably not. Probably us as marketers might, but you have to think about the exact intent. So what is it that not only is going to bring your audience to you, but what are those terms or phrases? What are those questions that they're going to ask in the search engines that are going to bring them over to you? So understanding SEO in 2018 is going to be critical for you as a digital marketer, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, to be able to get your content in front of your audience and then be able to consistently drive leads and traffic off of that content. So there you have it, 4 of the most important digital marketing skills that are going to be in demand in 2018. And as we talked about, whether you are a digital marketer and you're selling online products, whether you're a speaker, whether you're an author, whether you are a small business owner or a local business owner and you're trying to get your product, your service in front of a larger audience, all of these skills are extremely relevant to you. And certainly they've been important in the past, but as we move into the situation of advanced artificial intelligence, machine learning, how big data is really responding, interacting, how it is designing experiences for our audience, you need to understand not only how all of this works for you, but how it's going to create that experience, that journey for your audience. As we know, it's always something new to keep up with, and times they are a-changin', just as they always do. So you got to roll with the punches in 2018. Thanks for listening to the Brand Authority Podcast. If you haven't already signed up to join us, I would love to see you at our brand new masterclass. It's called The Power of You, How to Radically Change Your Life and Business in 2018. And I am teaming up with a dear friend, a mentor of mine, and we are bringing together, for the first time ever, all of our content. So Deborah Trapin is an unbelievable. She is a premier life coach, and I focus on the business side. And what we have recognized is that as entrepreneurs, it's very, very difficult difficult to balance both your personal life and your professional life, but it's critical. It's critical to your success that you see it from that full 360 degrees. So this today, it's a live event. This masterclass is going to show you how to stop the hustle, find your focus, build a thriving business, and live life on your own terms, because who does not want to do that? And yes, I did say stop the hustle, because both Deborah and I are firm believers. You do not have to hustle your butt off. You do not have to run in every aspect of your life to be successful. And we're going to show you exactly why we know that, because we've both done it to build our businesses, but how to put those systems and processes and how to develop that life and business that allows you to live your life on your own terms. So join us at SASS, S-A-S-S, university.com, and we will see you there. Until next time, have fun building a business and a brand that makes you leap out of bed with energy and enthusiasm every day. Can't wait to see you over at SASS University.